How's it going, everybody? Ryan Devlin here. I am extremely excited and honored to be one of the first artists, if not maybe the first, from what Selmer has told me, to be playing the new signature USA Selmer Paris Con Selmer collaboration saxophone. This is going to be a limited edition, apparently, and I'm extremely happy and excited and honored to be playing this thing. As you've seen from previous videos, we've been working with Selmer. I'm an artist, an endorsed artist for them now for the past couple months. We went to Chicago and played their Supremes, their signatures, the special edition Supreme, and we're very impressed by those horns. But about 5 months ago, I got a call from the head of R&D at Con Selmer and said they were working on this saxophone. Shout out to Ryan and Kevin for including me on this project. And he was telling me about this goal of theirs to kind of go back to the Mark VI, which Selmer hasn't done. A lot of other companies have tried to imitate the Mark VI, and some of them are good. You know, I've played a couple of them and have been impressed. But Selmer themselves have never really taken a crack at that. The Signature series is a continuation of the series, Super Action 80 series. So they have a series 1, 2, and 3. Instead of going to the series 4, they rebranded that line and went to the Signature. And if you remember from that video that we made, the Signature was my favorite over the Supreme. So when Ryan called me and told me that they were making a Signature kind of style horn going down that Mark VI lane, I was really, really excited. And he asked me things that I would like in a modern Selmer, and we had a nice conversation on the phone, and they delivered. I mean, they had a vision as to what this horn was supposed to be, before I even talked to them about it. So I'm not taking any credit for that, but it was just cool to talk to him about the R&D, and they involved me in the process of like when they went over to Selmer and talk to the engineers there and all that stuff. And I mean, I am extremely excited about this saxophone. And I've been saying that, ever since he called me on the phone. I've been keeping it a secret. I haven't told many people, but I've been so excited to get my hands on this. And it was like a nice birthday present. It came like 2 days after my birthday this year, which is really cool. So yeah, they nailed that Mark VI color, like the vintage kind of amber honey lacquer. And that was one thing that Ryan at Selmer told me that they were going to do. And this engraving, we'll have Dan insert some B-roll here. The engraving is insane. It's like the New York skyline with this Art Deco design. It goes all the way up the saxophone. There's an appearance by Lady Selmer by the serial number, which is really cool. Ryan told me about that they wanted to kind of like play into the con aspect of it, like with those old Naked Lady horns, the 10Ms, having that emblem be on the horn, which is so cool. And the look is amazing, right? And how they did it, they have some things from the Supreme, like the neck tenon is very similar to the Supreme line. But I mean, I don't know what they did, and I'm gonna have to ask Ryan about this, but it plays the most free-blowing of any modern horn I've ever played. Like, it's just immediate response. And everybody that I've played this for so far is like shocked. It almost feels like the horn has been like broken in like before I got it, you know what I mean? And he said it came right from the factory. They set it up for me, which is very nice, and then they sent it to me, which is really, again, I'm so honored. But I'll just play it and stop talking about it so you guys can hear it. I mean, everything slots. Also, we're in this really cool back percussion room, and everything's ringing when I'm playing, which is really cool. but everything just slots like super easily. It feels more familiar than most modern horns. They've also lightened it just a smidge. It's definitely lighter than the Supreme. And the action is very tight, obviously, compared to my vintage horn, but not to the point where it feels stuffy. I think some modern horns, like the action is a little bit too far low, and it just kind of has that stuffiness in the middle range. This does not have it. It has all of the nice parts of a modern horn, like the ergonomics, the evenness through the range. I don't feel like I have to really manipulate myself as much when I'm playing through the range. I talked about that a lot at the KB Saxophone shop when I was looking for a neck for my Mark VI, because those vintage horns had such a personality. It's interesting to play all through the range. This one, though, just kind of like stays the same throughout, you know? Like I feel like that's nice and big. I don't have to manipulate much. That's really nice and resonant. I don't have to move as much to get those big sounds, which is really, really cool. I think, again, it's like something that I've always wanted from a modern saxophone, is like the evenness and like the ease of playing through the ranges. But I've never had a modern horn really that I haven't had to work hard to get a big sound. And this one's like immediate. It's got all of the, like I said, the modern kind of clicky key work that Selmer is always known for, very poppy, very slots. It feels like it really slots into the tone holes. They have Selmer leather pads, like going back to the originals, with metal resonators, which is awesome. It's really, really resilient, and my dad, who just heard me play it for the first time, was like, it's so brilliant sounding, right? We'll insert some clips with me playing my Mark VI as well, so you guys can hear the differences between the two. But it's just, I was floored the minute I played it. Like, I played 3 notes on it, and I was like, whoa, like this doesn't feel like a modern saxophone. It's kind of got this really cool hybrid feeling, where it's like Mark VI, you know, kind of sound and resonance, but with this new modern flavor to it. And I'm really excited for more people to be able to try this. The neck is really cool as far as like the angle goes. It doesn't feel very far away from a vintage Selmer as far as the angle and the response. Kind of reminds me of like more of an SBA neck, kind of in that realm. But I don't lose any projection, and I don't get much resistance back at me, which is cool. So I'm just excited to be playing it, and I'm excited to show this off to the world. So thank you again to Con Selmer and Selmer for sending this to me. All right, this is the part of the video you've probably all been waiting for. It's the most requested part of every horn video and equipment video that we have on this channel and of other channels that I watch, is compare that to the Mark VI. So we have the brand new Signature USA from Selmer. It's not even out yet as of this filming of this video, but it will be when we release this. And then we have my 1963 American Mark VI. Now, the really cool thing about this is that when I was on the phone with the people at Selmer, they were telling me that they wanted to make an American Mark VI style horn with all the modern things. This is an American Mark VI, and this is one of the best American Mark VIs that I've ever played. That's why I bought it, right? And I got my handy dandy KB Sax neck, the Canyon model, that I absolutely love, and I think it's a better representation of the sound than the stock neck. I do have the stock neck. I might do some comparisons with that too, but for now, just because this is my setup, we're going to use the KB Sax neck Mark VI and our Signature USA saxophone with the exact same reed and the exact same mouthpiece. The Nexus Edge in an 8-star with a 3 silver box Boston Sax Shop reed, and then I'll come back and give my feedback between the two of these beasts. So let's get into it. All right, two of the best saxophones I've ever played, for sure, far out. So let's just talk about a couple really cool comparisons. In the hands, this has a lot of the modern key work, you know, like it feels optimized a little bit more than these sixes. It feels a little bit bigger in the hands, just a little bit, but not like, oh my gosh, I feel like I have to like stretch to get things. Obviously the springs on these are like super tight. It's so easy to play fast on this thing. Because of the spring tension. I mean, obviously it's brand new, like right out of the factory, so that's why. This one gets overhauled every once in a while. The spring tensions are where I like, but you know, obviously not as strong as like brand new springs. So that's there. The neck angle, I mean, obviously I'm playing a KB neck, but these are modeled after the Mark VI neck, so similar. I would say the new one is a little bit higher overall. The angle's a little bit more upright. But if anything, I think it helps the high notes. The palm keys just really pop on this thing. Maybe a little bit on the sharper side too. I have to get used to the angle. That's just one thing I've noticed. But everything is just super easy to play. And what happens with modern horns, I find, is when you try and make a horn easy to play, it loses personality and it loses the like color that this has through different ranges of the horn, right? It has evenness, but it has no like, it loses its artistry a little bit. It loses that color, like I'm saying. This one has personality. This is the first modern Selmer that has personality. It has projection without spreading, and the low notes, are even down there. But like I could haunt them if I want. It doesn't have as much of a ceiling. Like these Mark 6s have like no ceiling. Like you can play this as loud as you want, and it's never gonna really overspread, right? That's like something that vintage Selmers are known for, and this has that. I would say this has that, but it has this other level of evenness that like I've never had in a modern horn before. Like all of the horns I've played doesn't have like what this has. I don't know what they did to it. I'm gonna have to ask the guys, but like it just pops with evenness, and the overtone slot, the altissimo really slots. I had to learn how to play altissimo on this thing, kind of manipulate my throat position or whatnot. Not that I don't have to do that, with this one, but it just is a little bit easier. So that modernness that this thing has, the research and development that Selmer has done over the decades, it has absolutely helped the saxophone for sure. And the color of the tone is way warmer than most modern horns. Most modern horns I feel like are really in that like coolness, like cool temperature sound. This has definitely a warmer sound. I don't know if it has anything to do with the lacquer or maybe the resonators and the old tan pads that they've brought back, which is awesome. I mean, I can't say anything else besides I haven't been playing this the last week this has been here. I've been playing this every day. And I've never had that happen really with a modern horn. I've played good modern horns that I've played in replacement when I can't play this, like if I'm not traveling with it or whatnot, but I've never had a horn that I've like put in my hands and put this one away, in replacement. So kudos to Selmer, man. You guys the research and development into this has been awesome. It's great that you've taken players' advice and, have put together such a beautiful, beautiful horn. I usually don't like horns that have high F sharp keys, so that would maybe be the only thing I'd ask to take off. But honestly, like, it doesn't bother me that much. Like, I just never use the key. So, other than that, I mean, it's pretty much the perfect modern horn in my opinion. Awesome work on Selmer's part. Obviously, I don't need to say that. They know what they've done, but I'm excited for the world to be able to try this. Another thank you to Selmer for sending this to me. And I'm excited to see everybody's thoughts on how they sound, side by side. And I'm excited to get to know this thing better and better as the year progresses. All right, let's uncase the Selmer Paris Signature USA saxophone. So, right off the bat, I was very confused what this is. Like, why is it a triangle, whatever? Well, this is matching the engraving on the saxophone, which is a really cool touch. And then it fits these harness straps perfectly. Like, I wear like one of the Boston Sax Shop harness ones, and it's a triangle, so it fits in here. Like, that's amazing. It's so well thought out. I love that. All right, let's open up the case. Custom polish cloth, come on. Like, and it matches the engraving again. That's so cool. What a great touch. And then, right? Beautiful, keeping the saxophone nice and clean and safe. This is all really nice memory foam. It's got a slot for the neck, right, in there. That's cool that you don't have to like put it in there in the side piece or in the bell. You can have its own slot for the mouthpiece. Then, look at this. You can take this out and keep your reeds organized. Shout out Boston Sax Shop. Keep your reeds organized in a case. That's so sick. And very well thought out. And if you didn't want to use it, you could just put stuff in here, right? They give you both options. That comes in there. So you could like take this out after you put the horn on and like, have your reeds organized. A hidden pouch up here that Velcros in. Look how sick that is. Like you get your slot here. You can put, I guess, other reeds, pencils, iPad pencils, charging cable. I mean, what a great touch. SD cards. What a great touch there, right? And it just Velcros in, not going to fall out. That's amazing. Like I said, the case, got to pull it out this way. super memory foam, like it fits the horn perfectly. It's very heavy duty. We'll get some more B-roll of this later, but dude, this horn is just like gorgeous. I don't even want to touch it. I don't want to put fingerprints on it, but amazing. We'll dive into that more in a second. So let me put this back together. So, oh, sorry, Dan. And there you go. So it fits nice, perfect, cut out great. There's a couple more features of this case I want to show you. So zipper, awesome. 2 handles, great. Standard. Ugh. This is for your iPad and music, dude. Because like my wife, when she saw it, she's like, where do you put your stuff? Dude, it's like a whole backpack worth of space here. I got a music thing that I'm playing today, sheet music, and then my iPad. You can put charging cable, whatever you want in there. And then there's another one that you can put like, you know, a smaller iPad, your phone, your passport, anything of safe, AirTags. That's a great place for it. And then these backpack straps are super, kind of like the ProTech ones. They got like padding on the back here. And it's adjustable. And dude, it's so comfortable when you put it on. Ugh. I know I'm grunting, it's just because I'm old, but it's not heavy. And like, you know, you look like a saxophone player at the airport or wherever you are. And like I said, these are adjustable, so you can push them up or down, depending on how tall or how short you are. It's super sick. There you go, you're ready to go. My favorite saxophone I've played in a really, really long time. And I'm excited that I'm a part of the artist roster and able to play this. Again, huge thank you to everybody on sending this to me. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.